And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gungans Jones, the Kiyata Mundi Conan, and of course, as of recently, we've been giving special shout outs to all the rifle packing grandma librarian Jedis out there. But you know what? Today, we got to make sure we stay on theme. I know Jocasta Noon, the Jedi Vanguards, ruefully stole the thunder and the highlight of Dark Side Vision Rey, but I don't want it to get away from what we need to talk about today. Today, my friends, we're going to be going over some pretty interesting stuff here. We got the initial unlock rates for Dark Side Rey. We're already getting people having some good times at Dark Side Rey. And you know what? I want to show you something super wild that hopefully you guys are going to be trying out this Grand Arena season. So come on over, people. Let me show you what we got cooking in the kitchen over here. What I want to start off at first, because I was really excited to see how we did as a community unlocking this conquest character. And I'm always waiting for this one post that gives me this little glimpse into it. We have Kanan88, who has been keeping track of the day one unlocks of all these beautiful conquest characters. I find this incredibly hard to believe, but apparently Dark Side Rey shatters the conquest character unlock record. People, give yourself a round of applause, man. That's crazy. I mean, just look at some of the top unlocks we've had. You know, Commander Tano. You know, things like Bane, for example. Dark Side Rey absolutely crushing it. Look at it. That is like what? That's like almost like 5,000, 6,000 more people that ended up getting Dark Side Rey over some other conquest units. So that is nuts. So congrats to all you people who unlocked day one. And I bet the number's going to go up even faster. I'm sure a lot of you guys got a couple gold crates. Weren't able to get the red crate. So I'm excited to see what the trajectory is going to look like for this character. And there's that image blowing up. We want to take a closer look at it. So pretty cool stuff. But let's talk about some other cool stuff. We already have our first experience of Dark Side Rey inside a Grand Arena. Put it on defense, my main account. Didn't get any holds, but if people are using Bane or some galactic legend to beat Supreme Kylo Ren, that means he's improving on defense. Here's some quick gameplay I want to show on my free-to-play account. And what this really shows, even though she's low gear, the Omicrons are still very useful. And she's got garbage mods too. I just threw on some random stuff until I could finally gear her up appropriately. What we're seeing with these Omicrons, before we get into the crazy stuff later on in this video, the turn meter reset is huge. As we're going to see once we start, this has a weird lineup of Jango Fett. Don't know what my opponent was doing. He probably mixed up the Fets. Okay, common mistake. All right, Jango Fett, Boba Fett. All right, whatever, fine. But what we're going to see here in a moment, the turn meter reset is huge for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, because Kylo Ren's generally one of the fastest characters in the game. Especially in Galactic Legends, people load them with the speed. If you're not loading with speed, you're going to see why this is important. So here we go. Let's back that up real quick. Back it up real quick. So watch Kylo. He's going to kill someone off. Dark Side Rey is going to reset everyone's turn meter. And remember, when Kylo and the team loses turn meter, you're ramping up mastery and all this other fun stuff, right? So here we go. We're going to kill someone. Turn meter gets removed from everybody. Guess who goes next? Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, because he's faster than all those other fools out there. We're going to take out another one. Boom. Turn meter resets. Guess who's going again? Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. We're going to go and take out another fool. Oh, no. Okay. All right, Kylo. All right. I'm sorry. We jumped the gun there. Jabba's trying to make a comeback, but the turn meter removal it's not a bad thing, people. You got to remember, sometimes we think, oh, turn meter removal is bad. No. It's good in this sense. Because, again, going to that Supreme Leader, we already went through all this. Not Supreme Leader. Press the advantage. When Dark Side allies are losing turn meter, they gain 10% of their current max health, max protection stack. So they're getting beefy. So that's a good thing. But the other thing why it's so good, because most people have their Supreme Leader Kylo Ren's dialed like crazy with tons of speed. So that means when someone's getting defeated, all of a sudden, guess what's happening? Kylo's gonna be the first one to go, and he can kind of almost, not quite loop, but almost basically get to it. Like, here, check it out. We're gonna go ahead and take out Lando. Kylo's gonna go again. It's funny because my Dark Side Rey's got garbage mods, low gear. She didn't really take any turns, but passively she was helping out the team a ton. So I'm feeling already a nice little benefit for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren on my free-to-play account. Not even gear her up. But here's the thing. There's definitely a strong reason to even get this guy. Or, well, Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, yeah, you always want to have him, right? But Dark Side, there's a reason to get Dark Side Rey even if you don't have Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. Let me roll some gameplay now. Before we do roll this is just a funny data mine. The data miners created their own sandbox game mode. I'm a little jealous, but hey, it shows us some really wonky stuff. So this is obviously not. I'm gonna give you one quick guess why this isn't official in-game gameplay. Do you guys need more time? Is the five Revas enough to kind of tip the hat that this is not official gameplay? they're able to do all this fun stuff, put as many units down. It is funny though, in other games like Raid Shadow Legends, you can technically have duplicate characters if you're lucky. Imagine if I had duplicate Banes. Oh, I'd be unstoppable. But nonetheless, the point that we're going to be showing with this clip here, we talked extensively about Kylo Ren Unmasked lead with Dark Side Rey the other day when we did our first look gameplay, and we got to wait and see what it really looks like inside a Grand Arena with the Omicrons turned on for not just Dark Side Rey, but the First Order Special Forces TIE Pilot. All right, Gary, you can play it now. All right, here we go. So now when we have all these Omicrons active and their little sandbox mode, the little speed icon above the character that shows how fast they are, because of Dark Side Rey and her unique ability, she is able to get absurd amounts of extra speed, making her one of the first characters to go. I think for a brief moment we saw her at like 611 speed. While Rey is debuffed, she has plus 50% speed. But what happens inside of a Reva lineup? You're gonna get spammed with all this purge, and just one stack of purge, just one debuff is gonna tick Rey off and give her tons and tons of extra speed. So she's gonna get out there incredibly fast. And keep in mind as well, the First Order TIE Pilot Omicron, guess what, also adds speed and a variety of other things that we've discussed many times. But once Dark Side Rey gets going, she almost runs this beautiful mini loop situation because of Kylo Ren Unmasked lead. Now, I know it's been a minute since we really used Kylo Ren Unmasked lead. He was one of the best counters to Great Mothers when they first came out with the crazy Datacron. But Merciless Pursuit, besides getting another boost of speed on top of the First Order TIE Pilot speed, on top of the already fast Dark Side Rey and her unique ability, anytime we're scoring a critical hit, we're gaining 20% turn meter. And Dark Side Rey, she's got a lot of abilities that hit repetitively, has AoE type abilities, so she's able to quickly just kind of loop over these enemy teams, which is pretty nuts if you ask me. So although we're going to be focusing a ton mostly on Supreme Counter, I presume that's going to be the forefront of everyone's usage of Dark Side Vision Rey. I would say don't ignore the possibility of Kylo Ren Unmasked. And maybe I got to take a piece of my own advice here and see what we can maybe do with this. You know, it's such a tough trade-off. Supreme Kylo Ren's so great with Dark Side Rey, but if I can make Kylo Ren Unmasked do something also great, like if I could beat an Inquisitor lineup, and here's Inquisitors going up against the Kylo Ren Unmasked lead, double Dark Side Reys. Must be nice. I wish I could have 2 Dark Side Reys and 10. If I had like 20 Banes, I wouldn't need to play this game anymore. I could do Grand Arena in like 10 seconds with just 10 Bane lineups here. But anyways, besides the double Dark Side Rey, we kind of see what this would look like. I kind of wish they didn't throw in the second Rey in there because we could really see a closer picture of what this looks like. But anyways, we have ourselves the Omicrons turned on. So again, in their sandbox mode that they've developed here, they're able to get all the Omicrons on. You can see those hypothetical speeds on top of all these characters. And if it wasn't for Grand Inquisitor kind of getting out there fast and doing something, they would get nothing done. But look, boom, getting critical hits. They're filling up their turn meter, taking all these massive amounts of turn meter into their veins. So, people, I hope this opens your eyes a bit more on what we discussed the other day. Like I said, I think there's gonna be a possibility, and it's only been one Grand Arena with Dark Side Rey. And if we're seeing this, don't worry, you might be like, oh, this is going south. Just wait. In a second, we're gonna take notice of the Dark Side Rey revive. Can one of you beautiful Reys do it? Hold on, just give a second. They'll get there in a moment. Hold on, just give a second. Give it a second. Hold on. And no, that's not the one. No, there we go. Getting the revives cooking. Yeah. Okay. So I think there's gonna be some interesting stuff that we're gonna have in the foreseeable future for Dark Side Rey, and I like this so much because unlike Ben, when I look at the 2 Rey Ben situations we have Light Side Rey and Light Side Ben and Dark Side Ben and Dark Side Vision Rey. Ben was so one-dimensional. It was there to just kind of prolong the cheese on Rey. And yeah, he kind of hits hard. He's got he's got little interesting stuff, but it was very tailored towards just the Galactic Legend Rey. But Dark Side Rey, I think she's going to have other things that she can utilize, not just for Spirit of Commerce. We are seeing the immediate benefits of it. Some people are already 2-manning, which we've already talked about many times, maybe 2-manning some, Ahsoka lineups or Leia lineups, for example, making her, make Kylo better on defense. But man, I would be really happy if we can get Kylo Ren Unmasked to get a bit more love, creating 2 teams. Kylo, again, Spirit of Kylo Ren, we already said, he's good at taking care of a lot of stuff. Yeah, maybe got to get a little cheesy, but if you can create 2 teams, it's kind of like using Sith Eternal and Beta. It's best using them separately. I'm not saying it's going to be quite like that. It seems a little bit different where Rey's going to be a lot better Kylo, Supreme Kylo. But you know, you got other opportunities, and more importantly, taking advantage of that keen eye Omicron, which you can't use as Primo Kylo Ren, but you can use with Kylo Ren Unmasked, and the extra health gains, the extra critical damage, the extra speed. Yeah, people. So I just wanted, before we wrap up here, congratulate yourselves one more time. You guys managed to crush a record I didn't think we were gonna be able to crush, man. Beating the Ahsokas, the Bane unlocks, man, that says something. And you know, I think we're just getting started. It's what we can learn about this Dark Side Vision Rey. But people, there's one thing I don't need to learn, is that you guys are absolutely amazing. So as you go ahead, you know, maybe you gently caress that like button, you comment down below on your thoughts. Hopefully your first Rey experience has been good. And until we meet again, let's do something that's better than good. And you know what better than good? Great. And you know what's great? It's great to be in the Empire today.
Oh, it's great to be in the Empire.